Hola chicos! Great job on Class 2. I'm going to give you a little recap of things and then tell you a little bit about Clase número 3. All right, so here we go. Para la clase número 3, like I said, I want to get started with a couple of reminders from Clase número 2. Remember that the best way to be successful is to go through each lesson in order. I know it can be tempting to skip around. However, you are going to get more out of this if you can stick with things in order. Also important to remember is that quizzes are also open all semester. You've got 10 chances and your high score counts. So if you don't score as well as you would like, know that you can always come back and practice or use extra quiz attempts to review. In terms of your on-time points, though, you must have scored 70% or higher on all of those quiz activities for that score to count. A couple of folks have mentioned some tech issues that they were having. One of the easiest things to do is simply try a different browser. D2L does not particularly care for certain ones. And if you are not using, for example, Chrome, which is my personal favorite, I highly recommend checking it out. That hopefully will take care of some of the issues you've been having. The other thing is things get a little bit more complicated is I want you to remember that the goal of the course is communication, not linguistic perfection. Don't worry if you feel like you sound super gringo or gringa. Don't worry if it's still a struggle to put things together as we get going. That's kind of the idea. It's only Spanish 111. We're just getting started in the journey. That said, please make sure to reach out if you feel like you are struggling with things. So in clase número 3, we've got two major goals. One, how do I describe myself? ¿Cómo me describo? The second part is to get you thinking about ¿cuál es la importancia del español en los Estados Unidos? What's the importance of Spanish in the U.S.? May seem pretty obvious. Same time, it's a good thing for us to think about. Before going on, though, take a moment and just feel how awesome it is about everything you already know. You know greetings, you know how to acknowledge what time of day it is, ask how someone's doing, ask their name, say nice to meet you, ask them where they're from, give a nice goodbye. These are all things that if you've got a practice buddy, you can start working on now. You can start working these pieces into your regular Spanish practice. If you don't have a lot of people around you with whom you can practice, I highly recommend checking out some of the meetup groups. I'll have more information about that later. They're fantastic ways to get exposure and practice in a pretty low-stress environment. Often there are adult beverages involved, but that's for another time. So again, we're going to talk now about what you are like. So this goes along with much of what you'll see in D2L. But you need to be thinking about, more than anything else, those endings of those adjectives. You'll notice in many cases you're looking at an O for the masculine form and A for the feminine form. Soy bueno, soy buena. No soy malo, no soy mala. Check out where that no goes. It goes in front of your I am. It's kind of Yoda speak. So think to yourself, maybe do a little practice. Soy o no soy? Perezoso. Let's see. Lazy, and I'm a girl, so perezosa. Oh, I'm not lazy. No soy perezosa. So take some time, go through, make sure you're feeling confident about all of these because, trust me, you'll see them again. If you feel like you need some additional adjectives, or maybe you want to try your understanding it a bit more, here's a great video. The link is at the bottom there. As you go through, listen for how the adjective is being used in context. If it's not a word currently on your list, you might consider adding it. And you want to think of at least 5 adjectives that describe you, or don't, but ones that come quickly to mind. You'll be using them in an upcoming assignment. Like we said, we're also looking at el español en los Estados Unidos. There's a link down below. You can also search YouTube for HuffPost. El Español en los Estados Unidos from the 20th of September. And it's just a chance to think about where you encounter Spanish in a daily life. Who would you speak to if you could? And what are some of the perks and drawbacks of being in a multilingual community? Just as always, a couple of things to get you thinking. Again, keep those consejos, the advice in mind as you move forward. I want to make sure you are as successful as possible, so please make sure to reach out if you've got any questions. Hasta luego.